Hi there, this is Tully, and today I'm going to do a painting. I've got like a 30 by 40 centimetre canvas, and what I'm going to be doing is I've done this drawing of like a hellhound. You can see that there, I'll just focus there. Obviously I'm not going to be painting exactly all the details as you see on this drawing. We're going to be painting it up. Probably won't do any pre-sketching. I'll just try and lay the figure down and just build on the shapes, you know, and try and create a different sort of image of this, you know, in painting. I'm going to be painting with acrylics. I've got my brushes at the side, you know, different brushes there, and then I've got some of my acrylic paints here. I've got specific colours. I've got brown there, black, oh no, burnt umber, sorry, which is a dark brown. And I've got a black, a red and a yellow, and I've also got a white, which I'll probably do the highlights. But what I want is, as it's a hellhound, I just want it to be, you know, bathed in fire, or like it's coming out of fire or something like that. So yeah, let's get on with this painting. So for the first part of this painting tutorial, I've got some bright yellow, and I've just got a dash of brown, and I've got a little pot of water in there with a 2-inch brush and some tissue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a glaze of yellow on the top and a light brown sort of like halfway through, which will represent the ground, and the yellow is going to be important because it's going to be the highlight of the flames in the background. So what we're going to do is dab some yellow evenly on the brush, so it's all evenly like that. Now I want to get some water, just dab the water on there, just so it's like evenly loaded, and then we want to just spread it, and we want to get a nice even coat of this. So I'll probably have to repeat the process, and we're only going to do halfway. Just keep getting some more. Try and use up all the yellow. Just finishing, spread that bit out there, make sure all of it's covered. Any bits you've missed, just go over them. And then we can just, we don't really have to wash the brush really, it's not important at this stage. Get some of the brown, load it up on the end, just add the brown to the water, and we do the same with the bottom half, and just keep repeating the process. It's not really important to spread it out evenly with this brown, because it's going to have layers of colour anyway. So maybe turn the brush on the side just to get the other bits. Just keep repeating the process again and again. Obviously this is why this large brush is important, because you don't want to use a tiny brush just for, you know, because you'll be there for ages, which is just common sense really. I'm just colouring the whole of this bottom half. Not really concerned at this point whether it's got like streaks in it, because paintings, you know, you can add in layers anyway, so because I want this to be like the ground that the Hellhound is stood on, sort of like the earth, as it were. So, and a lot of that is probably going to be a backdrop of hell with all the fire and everything, so just spread it all in and smooth it off. And then that's the background glaze in. Just wash the brush and we'll just leave that to dry. And so these two background colours are nearly, well, near enough dried. I've put some black acrylic paint in there and I've just splashed some water on it just to help thin it out. And I'm going to start to create some kind of form. As I said earlier on, I'm not going to draw the shape on with a pencil. I'm just going to follow the, you know, the larger shapes, you know, this Hellhound. So I'm just going to be just follow the represents the head. I want to get the shape of that back, maybe sketching a rough tail there. We don't have to keep it too concerned about the overall shape. I just want to get the rough shape, you know, in. And of course we've got the paws here, and just dab some more on. So we've got the shapes of the paws there, and we know the head is going to be here. Just marking the ears there, and the back legs. We'll go there, and the other back paw there should be somewhere like there. We'll just finish off this tail now. There. build on the shape. Spread some of this out more. Try and define them pores slightly. Now I'm using a large 2-inch brush, you know, mainly because I'm filling in a large area, and you know, it's a lot easier because broad strokes equals any other kind of strokes. So we know the eyes are going to be there, thereabouts, and the mouth will be here. We can sort of refine this. We don't have to keep everything in. We can just layer everything and change it to how we want. Just trying to work the form and just to see, you know, how far we can push this really. Once you're happy with the overall shape, you know, you can just leave it as that. Now I'm happy with the overall shape that is, you know, to be marked in there. We can begin the next stage, which is laying in more sort of like flat colour or matte colour, or whatever, you know, if you want to call it, with the acrylic paints. Now I've got a little burnt umber, which is like a darkish brown. I'm just marking in the eyes there. I've added a slight bit of water just to thin it out. I just want to mark in where, roughly where the eyes are, and you know, the mouth area. Just to give me an idea of where certain things will be. And just, you know, acrylic paint, I mean, it's all about adding layers, you know, you don't have to get it perfect, you know. I'm just sorting out the ears there, just adding a rough impression where they are, and you know, we whack some of that paint in between. Try and push some of the paint around just to, you know, try and see if you can create some extra bits of form that'll just help, you know, towards the drawing really. And as I said before, you can, you know, just build on your drawing. Because you are drawing with the paintbrush really, so, and that's what I'm trying to do, because I've done a previous sketch on the canvas, so we've got to try and build things up. And at the beginning stages you won't be happy with what you paint, but you'll find it eventually, and that's the fun process. Let's get some more blue brown paint there. And we want all that hair to be a really good fixture. Thin some of that off as well. Just give like the loose impression of hairs at the moment, because you can build on that. And don't worry if you make any mistakes, it's perfectly fine at this stage. We're just exploring the drawing with paint. Now, as I've drawn, you know, in the original sketch there seems to be like a line going up from, you know, that'll go onto the tail. I want to keep that, because I might either do it like flame colours or maybe just keep it white. I'm not too sure at this point. So, but I want to keep that, and you know, maybe add that as a final highlight later on. But so I just want to layer on some of this brown paint and really try and play with this form. Try and build the form as well, you know. So as I said, acrylic paint is a great paint to build up in layers. And don't be afraid of making mistakes or, you know, things like that, because this part of the process is always fun. Try and get some of the hair texture to, you know, in there, just to really try and just experiment with this. Just thin some of that brown with the water. Try and get some of that, the hairs and everything. Some more brown. Maybe start to work on some of these paws as well. You know, really thinned out brown. Begin to correct some earlier mistakes by filling out these paws slightly. A bit more water there. See some of the shine on there. It's the light above. There's some of these hairs. some more brown and thin it off and just try and fill out this paw a bit more. You see, like things like details like the claws on, you know, the paws will be the last details, and you know, the teeth and the eyeballs, things like that, they'll be the last details to add. You know, we want to get a bit of black in there just to mark this nose, like a dog's nose. It's almost triangular in shape. But it doesn't have to be, you know, too, you know, detailed at this stage. Wash the brush, got too much black on there. We're trying, water, not too much water. Just try and thin this black off there. Again, try and experiment with it. Because painting is a different medium to drawing, it's all about experimenting. And just lastly, a bit too much paint on that one. Try and fill out the paw. We've got the initial shape. Now we can start to try and work in more details on the next part. Just make them more paw-like. Let's clean up this area because it's dripped out. Just dry the brush, and any excess drips that are, you know, too much, you can just take out. Wash the brush, dry it. Sometimes you find that it'll bring out some highlights. Now let's have a look at this. A bit further off. So we've got our overall shape. Of course it doesn't look like a Hellhound at the moment, but compare it to the drawing. See, we've captured that shape, and that's the important thing. Now we've got something to build on. You know, we can see some semblance of a face there. You know, like a dog's head, Hellhound. We've got the paws, we've got the arched back there, and the tail, which probably be on fire. You know, in the background. You know, they've got that base colour of the highlight there, and the ground there, which will complement the whole, you know, painting. So yeah, we'll just wait till that dries, and then we'll do the next part, which is picking out there more of the face, you know, teeth maybe, etc. So I've got a thinner brush now. I'm just trying to get some black areas now. Try and mark out these eyes more. smoothly. Just mark out sort of the rough shape. Something else that we can build on. Maybe draw with a paintbrush again. Start to draw the lines that we need. Just start to work on it. Using some thin black. Maybe add some more to it. Yeah. Just for the mouth area. As I said, I'm going to do the teeth, you know, last. Just want to get all the main areas sorted first. I'm building up some really good dark areas. Of course I want this to be a lot darker than the actual drawing that I've done as well, so maybe not thin that too much. We try and create some darkness. With some paint strokes. That's the one. Let's try and capture some form here and, you know, things that you can be happy with, you know, to progress this painting. Really begin to mess with the texture now. I like the dark black colour, you know, of the fur, so you can really start to work up some details. If ever you need to just thin out some of the paint, then you just do that with the water. Mix it with a bit of brown. Just want to get some of these areas again, try and add in layers of black to suit the way you're working. Trying to get this form of the, you know, the curved spine of the Hellhound, and just try and create hairs that suggest the form of the creature and the way it's standing. Don't be like scared of things not turning out the way that you expect it with these paintings. Sometimes it takes time, and this one is definitely going to take time, but have some fun along the way. Just experiment. Fill out some more of this. Some more black. Thin out slightly. So I wanted to keep this like a stripe going up the middle of the back. I'll try and keep that. So we try and suggest it more now. There we go, some nice colour just to a bit of contrast there. Try and keep some of this fair tone there. Again, if it's not laid down the way you want, you can always paint over it, you know, and add just some more layers to it just to get the right consistency of the paint that you want to achieve. See, we're seeing more of the face being picked out now with the, the details and stuff like that. And we can add maybe some lighter tones just to fill out the face, strengthen the, the jawbone there, which I want to do. And we do the same with the overall paws and, body of it and things like that. Made a little splash mark there. Don't matter. Got a mistake there. Don't mind. Can always be painted over. So next we will start to maybe just darken the whole thing. Maybe strengthen the paws. There, maybe make them more even and begin to work on a bit of the background. So I've just mixed in some yellow with the brown to make a really light colour, because I want to make this bottom of this mouth more, or the top of the mouth, sorry, just a bit larger. And we'll have just a little glaze colour on put that. Just sort of like extends the mouth area, based on my drawing. I'll try and work on the shape of these paws now. Mixing a bit of brown with a bit of black acrylic paint. Thin it off slightly. And now we want just a dark underline. I'm going to try and thin that off slightly as well. Try and separate these paws, paw toes, whatever you want to call them. A bit more black. We do the underside of here. Some more black and thin it off slightly. Now I wanted to make this paw slightly thinner there. I can paint over that piece. And do some more black. So I want it to be really dark on that bit there. Just thin it off around the edges. this nose more triangular and darker. Oops, it's like a bit too much there. Just underneath, like that. Darker shadows in these areas. Enough. So we've got the front paws. This is going to take quite a lot of time to establish this painting, so we'll just crack on with it. Start to flush out these now. Some more black there. So I'll clean this one up because this one's the worst paw of the lot. And all them other areas there we can just paint out. As long as we can be seen to be cleaning up, you know, the figure and the form of this, then the better. Right, I'll take some yellow that I've still got there. And we start to flush out these eyes. Just give it a round eyeball, which you can see there. and another there. Don't worry if they're not perfect. We wash that brush at this point. We get some more yellow. Maybe start to mark in the teeth. Only roughly, don't have to be too precise. Start with the big teeth. Big canine teeth. Some more yellow when you need it. Just mark it all out. Maybe have some teeth at the sides. Some teeth at the bottom as well. Again, it's just about marking in the teeth. It doesn't have to be, you know, detailed or something like that. Go over some of these. So we're beginning to see, especially the face, becoming more evil, like a hellhound should be. And this is going to be way over 40 minutes. So now I've established the face, I really want to start to get to work on these flames in the background. I've got some like orangey red there, you know, I've got a flat brush. Just apply the paint like that, just thin it out slightly, and we just, to do flames, we just have to maybe work the brush into the canvas, thin it off again. Again, if you feel you've drawn too much flame with the paintbrush, you can always edit it out, or you know, like go over it again with white or yellow or something, and you know, you're just trying to find that nice composition of flames which just complement the Hellhound. Just apply some more to do the other side. Just a bit, a dash of water just to thin it out again. Again, try and work some of the flames onto the page, or the canvas I should say. I'll get some water and do some try and blend bits here and there. We'll do the same back on the other side. I'm going to try and create the sort of impression like it's just arrived out of maybe a wall of flame, or actually from hell. Keep hold of the canvas. Just be experimental with the paintbrush, and you know, try and create sort of areas which just pop. So we've got our base colour of the flames. We can work on that, you know, as we go along. Don't have to be too precise with it. I'll just wash that brush now. Get back to the small brush, because I want to do these eyes. Thin it off a bit. Start to do red eyes. Just go over all that. Get some more. See whether that looks good, and the red eyes seem to make it more hellish and more demonish. Hellhound. Now we can get the other brush, maybe one of these types of brushes, just wet it and then really think about where, you know, what type of thing you want to get. Maybe get some of that yellow. And remember I said I wanted to maybe do something with that stripe down the, you know, the back of, you know, the, maybe now's the time just to add that, you know, sort of make a really good highlight, and you can sort of blend some of these colours and just bring it through into the painting. Something like that. Maybe carry it on to the tail. And now we can just take, you know, that same yellow and start to just mark in the claws. Again, it isn't the finalised colour, but using the yellow instead of the white really helps to, you know, keep it all the colours uniform and hellish sort of thing anyway. Get some more. Maybe do some of these front claws. So we're just marking them out. Again, finding the different, shapes. Getting all of our elements. So we've got the rough markings there. I'll do the final paw. Few little highlights there, maybe a few, just to clean the brush really. And now we want to be in the next part of this. We want to start to flesh out sort of more of the areas and clean up a lot of the areas. I want more of a curve on this side just to show that it is really arching its spine, this Hellhound, like it's going to pounce at you or something like that. So yeah, and sort of define these ears more and bring them out, and more highlights on the face. So that's what we'll work on in the next piece.